Chapter 3 is our chapter on graphing. And so we're going to be graphing in what's called the rectangular coordinate system, or it's also called the Cartesian. It's named after René Descartes, a French mathematician. The Cartesian coordinate system, so you'll hear both of those. And so the rectangular coordinate system is based on two axes. The x-axis, which is that thick black line, hopefully you can see it, this line here, that's the x-axis, and it continues in both directions. So you can find little grids. I've put a sheet of grids like this in Canvas, so it's one of the pages where you can print out, more grids if you need them. And then, so it's based on the x-axis and the y-axis. So the y-axis is this other thick line that continues, and that's the y-axis. And so the two axes divide the plane into four what are called quadrants. And so this is quadrant 1. We usually mark them with Roman numerals. This is quadrant 2. This is quadrant 3. And then this is quadrant 4. Okay, and so the x-axis works like a number line. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on to the right, and -1, -2, -3, -4 to the left. And we can change the scale if we need to. The y-axis kind of works like a thermometer, so going up is positive, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then going down is negative, -1, -2, trying to stay on the lines, -3, -4, like that. Okay, so what we can do in a Cartesian coordinate or a rectangular coordinate system is we can graph what's called an ordered, that's not how you spell ordered pair. And so this is how it's written. We'll graph 3, 5. Okay, so the first coordinate, the first number is, it's called the abscissa, but nobody remembers that, but it's the x part. So that's how you move on the x-axis, and the second coordinate is how you move on the y-axis. It's called the ordinate, but nobody's going to remember that either. Okay, so you start from, I forgot to mention, I knew I was leaving something out, where the two axes cross, that's the point 0, 0, and it's called the origin. Or origin. Okay, so if I wanted to graph an ordered pair, like this ordered pair, 3, 5, I would go 3 to the right and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. And I'd put the point right there. Now, I might have a label for that point. It might be called point A, and then I could label that point A. Now, if I had the point B, and the point B was 5, 3, you would go 5 to the right and up 3. And so that would be point B right there. Both of them are in quadrant 1. So that's how we graph ordered pairs. So you can see they're called ordered pairs because it makes a difference which order you write them in. 3, 5 is not the same point as 5, 3. And remember, you're counting on the lines on the grid, okay? All right, so let's do another one. Let's do C. Let's make it 4, -2. So you would go 4 to the right, but you'd have to go down 2, and that would be point C. All right, and the origin, we'll call it point D, is written 0, 0. So that's, I have a big dot there already, but that would be point D. Now, I have another example, so we can do some more of this. I don't have any of the ones I want. Okay, so maybe I'll have to make some up. Tell each point and tell what quadrant the point is in. Okay, so the first one is A, and it's -2, so you're going to go left 2 and up 1. So I don't always draw all the numbers in because they get in my way. You can label the axes. Some teachers like you to always remember to do that. And so point A, let me label it, point A, is in quadrant 2. So that one's in quadrant 2. So remember, it's 1, and it goes counterclockwise. 2, 3, 4. Those are the quadrants. Okay, so now let's do point B. So we're going to go -3, so 3 to the left, and down 1. So we would put the dot right there, and that would be point B, and that's in quadrant 3. And then 4, -4. So to the right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would be point C, and that's in quadrant 4. And then D, well, D goes -4, so you got to go left, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like it's right there, point D, and that's going to be in quadrant 2. Now, how do we graph E? Well, it's -4, so you're going to go 4 to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's 3 halves, or 1 and a, make this, or 1 1/2. Okay, so you're just going to have to kind of eyeball it. So let me go back to my -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up, 1 1/2, like right there, point E. And that is in quadrant 2 again. Okay. We didn't have any quadrants or points in quadrant 1. Now, I don't have any points like this. Maybe it's on the next video. We'll see. But let's say I have point F that is 5, 0. And so you would count to the right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you wouldn't go up or down any. And so that would be point F. It's not in a quadrant. We would say it's on the x-axis, or lies on the x. Oops. We write it as x-axis, like that. And then what if I had point G, and it was 0, -3? Well, so you wouldn't go right or left. You would just go down 3, and it would be right there. That would be point G. And we would, again, it's not in a quadrant. We would say it lies on this time the y-axis. Okay, and that's going to come up, but we'll see them later.